This is an in-depth video on how to do your makeup. Full-on makeup tutorial. I'm going to go into the details of everything that you need to know while doing your makeup. So stay tuned till the end. Pick up your brush, pick up your notes, pick up your pen because there is going to be a lot to learn. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to do your makeup, so stay tuned. Also, if you see me looking down at my mic a lot, it's because I want to be sure that it's not dead, because this is the second time I'm recording this video. The first time I recorded it 2 weeks ago, I had to delete it and re-record because halfway through the video my mic died. So there was a lot of talking but no sound, and that was very frustrating. But that is life of a content creator, and sometimes that happens. I hope it doesn't happen today because I do not want to do this 3 times. Okay, my name is Obiajulu Amarachi, and on this channel I talk about all things fashion, beauty, and self-development. And if that's your vibe, then stay tuned. I want to do my brows first, but so I'm going to brush my brows. That's the first thing. If you are a beginner in makeup, I advise that you watch my video on mistakes to avoid while doing your makeup. After this video, I will link it in the description so that you see. Also, I'll be using my mirror so that I can really see what I'm doing. When you are drawing your brows, the first thing to do and most important step is to make sure that your eyebrows are in the right shape. That is by shaping them up with razor, or if the threading method, anyone that works for you. Make sure that your eyebrows are in the right shape because it's easier to draw your brows when they are in shape rather than when it's not. So, yeah. And also know that brows, just checking. Know that brows are sisters and not twins, meaning that they are not going to be identical, but they should be similar. Alright, so after brushing your brows and ensuring that they are in the right shape, you grab your brow pencil. This one is the regular Davis eye pencil. Make sure that your pencil is sharpened, like it has to be sharp. If it is blunt, then it can cause a lot of difficulties when drawing your brows. So make sure that it's sharp. I just sharpened this. One thing to know when you're drawing your brows is to make sure that the shade of the brow pencil you're using is not too dark or too light. When I'm drawing my brows, I like to use two shades of pencils. One that is dark at the end, then I use one that is light at the top. I have sparse eyebrows and they're also thin, so I don't like to use a pencil that is too dark, so I wouldn't end up looking weird. So I'm going to take my time, and from the end, I hope you can see that, I will take my pencil and draw light strokes. This is why your pencil has to be sharp. It's a lot easier to maneuver. Yes, light strokes. You go up and do the same thing. Following the shape of my brows. See that? Then I shade it lightly. Not too dark. Not too much. Just shading it to feel sparse hairs. See that? Because the goal is to keep it looking natural. Then I extend it also a little bit to the top of my brows. See that? I really hope you can see it. The lighting is not so good, so I'm trying my best. Note that when you make a mistake while drawing your brows, you can always correct it with concealer. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the sparse hair here a little, but I'm going to stop here because this is not the ideal shade I used to fill in sparse hair. I use a lighter one that is also sharpened. Then I'll continue with the top part. So I'm going to be drawing light strokes because I don't want to draw and shade. I don't want it to be too thick because this is 2025. Your brows does not have to be thick. The aim or the major goal of makeup is to use your facial features to enhance your beauty, not to make you look like what you don't look like before. So the brows have to be looking natural, like that's why I draw strokes. You see that? Strokes just to fill in sparse hair. I don't even like to draw like a line close here. It's this place here. I just leave it like that and I just fill in the sparse hairs. So you see that? Natural looking. Now let's do the same for here. Once again, I go into sharpen because it got blunt at the end. The tip of the brow pencil has to be sharp. The way you hold your pencil is very important. Don't hold it too hard like this so that you won't end up making very harsh strokes. So you hold it freely. This is the result. Not perfect, and that is why we are going in with concealer. So for concealer, I'm using this concealer palette from LA Girl. I have had this for quite a while and I really like it because it has a variety of shades of concealer to use, including an eyeshadow primer. For concealer, you need a flat brush. And when I say flat, I mean flat. It has to be flat, not something that moves easily. Very flat brush. I personally prefer to go with one that is flat and also angled, but my angled brush is not as flat as I need it to be. When concealing your brows, use a lighter shade below your brows when concealing your brows and you use a darker shade here. The shade that you use here will be the one that you use for your foundation, because the upper part doesn't need too much work, it's mostly the lower part. So there's always a lighter shade here and your exact foundation shade here. So for the lighter shade, or for this part, I'll be going in with medium. Just take a little. I don't need too much of it because I don't want for the concealer to be too much. Alright, so to conceal my brows, I'm taking the portion where the concealer is and I'll face it towards the area where I'm going to conceal, and then I will take my time. And we're basically done. Now blend it out afterwards, but you don't have to do too much with it really. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll do the same I did here for here. There you go. And know this, the bone of your brows should genuinely not be too long. That is too long and I'm going to use a concealer again. But you measure it. See that? If it's beyond, reduce it. See? It's beyond. Alright, now that the lower part has been concealed, I will take my concealer brush and then blend it where the concealer is. I move lightly above my brows so that I don't mess it up. Good, still working. Then just see that. Same will be for here. Take your time. Don't rush this process so that you will not accidentally brush your brows. I usually see videos of people, makeup artists or influencers, how to do your makeup in 5 minutes. My brows alone can take 10, so how do we do that? I don't think you can do your makeup in 5 minutes. Only if you want to do like a lip combo, mascara, maybe like add blush. I don't think you can do your makeup in 5 minutes, let's be honest. Like concealer, you know how long it takes to blend concealer? Concealer, then your blush, and then your foundation. Nah. Anyways, I digress. Now for the top of the brows, I'm going to be using the concealer in the shade dark. Just a little. I don't need too much. A little. Concealing the top of your brows is not important. It's not that important. No, it is important, but you don't have to do too much with it. Some people actually don't do it. Sometimes I don't do it. I just conceal the bottom. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to conceal the top. When I'm concealing the top, I take my hand up and I face the concealer at the place where I'm going to conceal it. So my hand is up here, and then I take my time. Then what do? Take a concealer brush and brush it lightly. And I'm done. This did not take 5 minutes, by the way. It did not. So I'll go in with some more concealer because I'm going to do the exact same thing for my other brow. And there you have it. So what do? Concealer brush. In all honesty, once you've hacked your brows, like once you've gotten them drawn well, you have done majority of the work. Not really majority, but you've done a bulk of the work. I'm making sure that they may not be exactly the same, but at least they are similar. So after your brows, the next step is primer. Primer is actually the first step. I forgot to add the primer before drawing my brows, but I actually don't really mind that I forgot because your brows are supposed to be dry. Like you're supposed to draw your brows dry. If it's moist, it can be difficult. So in case you've added your primer and your brows are still feeling a little bit moist and you want it to be dry so you can draw it well, you can take a rectangular powder puff and then dip it into powder, either setting powder or loose powder or regular powder, and then just place it on your brows lightly. That will dry it out. So I'm going to go with primer next. When choosing a primer, make sure you know your skin type so that you choose a primer that works best for your skin type. I have a combination skin. That is, my T-zone is oily and the rest of my face, like my cheeks, are dry. So I'll use an oil-free primer for my T-zone. This is from ZK Cosmetics. This is the oil-free primer. If you have oily skin or combination skin, use this. Then for the dry areas of my face, I'm using this LA Girl primer. I like it because it's hydrating. So let's go. I don't need a lot for this part, so I just take a little. Don't need too much. I actually do not like the way it feels on my face. It feels so weird. Yeah, I'm using that over there. But it does the job of mattifying my face. Then I extend it here a little because sometimes underneath my eyes get oily. Sometimes. So just the areas of your face that gets oily, that's where you apply the oil-free primer. So I would like to try out another primer that is for mattifying the skin and doesn't feel greasy before drying. And if you know any, please let me know in the comment section. So while that is there, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl primer on my cheeks. Then this part of my head gets dry, man. The essence or the main purpose of a primer is actually to make your makeup last, so it stays all day. So now I'm waiting for the primer to dry. Doing so, use a fan. This just makes it faster. Okay, so now that it is completely dry, next I'll go in with foundation. I'm using this one from, I think this is Tara. Yes, it's a tube foundation. When it comes to foundation, choose a foundation that is your skin tone. Do not go around choosing foundation that is 2 shades lighter, 2 shades darker. No, choose the one that is right for your skin tone. And I'm using this one right here. I recently discovered that I'm not as light skinned as I thought I was, or maybe I just tanned a lot from being under the sun. Anyways, so yeah, I had to switch my foundation from one, which is, see, is evidently too light. This used to be my exact skin shade tone. I go in with the foundation, not too much, but you see that I avoid applying foundation underneath my eyes where I will still apply concealer. If you have oily skin, please avoid foundations that will not mattify your skin or that will make you look oily. Well, please blend well. Blend your foundation well to avoid it looking patchy and looking like it's missing something. Blend it well. A little on my forehead. It is in sync with the tone of my neck. So now that that is done and blended evenly, I go in with concealer next. But I'm going to go in with a little here and here. I'm going to blend this one immediately because it dries out fast. And when it dries out fast, it's going to be difficult to blend. So if you have foundation like that, please blend immediately. If you need some more, you add, I think I'll add a little of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The rest I'll take it here. Then I'll take a little under on my chin. Not too much, just a little. Blend it as well. This work doesn't take time. Once I have conquered my brows, I have conquered my makeup. So I go all there, I go there too. Up, 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 just a little. Then on my nose, one line. Most of the times, it's never a straight line, but I try my best. I do my best for a living. In case you're wondering, I do post videos or makeup tutorials or little clips of transition here and there. In case you want to look and see the kind of makeup that I do and a few of my works, you can check out my TikTok, which will be linked here so you can also get inspired. The next thing I do is contour. So for contour, I'm going to use a darker shade of concealer, not too dark, so that I wouldn't end up looking burnt but dark. So I go in here at the corner. When you are contouring your face, your cheekbones, you want to give it that snatched look, that jawline. No, not jawline. I say jawline. I mean cheekbone. But you don't want to do too much with it at the end at the same time. So I go in with a little. So I do the same here. Also, no facial features because that will help. So I have contoured it. See that? It's like a darker silhouette. But it make more sense when I do something else. Don't worry. Just be patient. Be patient. Then I go in with the same concealer on top of my head. I don't do too much with it, but it's going to be there. You can use a bigger brush to do this. I just choose to do this one because well, I have already started. So why not finish? But you go in with the concealer on your forehead, a darker shade as well. Doesn't have to be too dark. For me, I don't really like contour. So I keep it simple, to be honest. I don't do too much with it. Then also on your nose. Now when it comes to contouring the nose, I personally don't like it. I don't contour my nose at all because I feel like that straight, slim nose that it gives, I don't have that. My nose is not slim. I have a wide nose. Yes, that's the word. I have a wide nose. So I don't really like to contour my nose because that is not the nose I have. But for the sake of the video, I'll do it to show you how to do it in case you want to do it and you like it. But in my other videos, I literally skip the nose contouring because for me it's not necessary. I don't want to give the illusion that I have a slim, well contoured, snatched nose. I don't. I have a flat nose, and that's fine with me. At the sides, you see that? At the side of the nose, I did not do that well. I did not do that well. See, it's been so long. But that's how it's supposed to be, though. Not supposed to be this slanty, but let's conceal it. So let's blend it then to make more sense. I start blending from here. You see that once you blend it, see that? Blending the sides. You're blending it well. And then the same thing too, taking your time. And in case you do what I did, which made it to accidentally slant, as you can see, it makes my nose seem slanted. You can take, you can correct it by using concealer again. Just use a little concealer to get the straight nose back. So I use concealer and I put it in the middle of my nose, and voila, see that? Straight, slim silhouette is giving. Next, I go in with blush. For blush, I'm using this one from Zico Cosmetics in the shade Kim. It's very pigmented. And when I say very pigmented, I mean it is very pigmented. So I don't do too much with this. I actually place it on my hand, a little on my hand. See that? Then from my hand, I apply it to my cheeks. Dab it a bit. Then I like to place it here, not too close to my eyes, but I don't like it too low and I don't like it particularly very high. See that? If you're a beginner, smile. Yeah, smile so you can really see it. So I smile and I take it up to the side. You see that? Then I go in with some more. Like I said, it's very pigmented, so you don't want to do too much with it. People that use a lot of blush and claim that there is no blush blindness. There is no such thing as blush blindness. Okay. Alright, dear. After that, I like to go in with the concealer again, and I put it underneath here. Then I go in with concealer again for highlighting. This one is a brighter. Uh-oh. This one is a brighter concealer for under eye highlighting, and this one doesn't dry fast though. It's like takes time, and it's quite hydrating. See that? Lighter. Then I go with my blush. The residue from my brush, I'll just, okay, it's for the areas that the concealer touched and maybe smudged a bit. So now that we are done with the face work, next is I'm using setting spray. Now that that is dry, I go in with setting powder. Oof, now this can be messy. So I just take a little, then take out the excess on my hand and apply it mostly underneath my eyes because it creases. So I just, yeah, I apply that there. The point of this is, like I said, under my eye creases, so I use a setting powder to set it in place. That way the makeup under my eye does not move. Also add it here to smile lines because it can tend to crease up there in my nose area. Those are the places that tend to crease. Very messy. Very, very messy. I go in with powder. Use my powder palette. Has different shades. This is it. The whole point is be careful of your brows, don't forget, for it is to mattify the entire look. See that? It's not as shiny as it was before because it is matte. Good morning. Okay, so after the powder, everything is mattified. So the next step is to contour. So I'm going to go in with my powder palette again, and I will be using from the darkest shades. There are different ranges. I'll be using the third and second to darkest. Then I place it on top of my forehead for one. The places that I concealed, that I contoured with concealer, I would also be doing so with the contour. Also, my cheekbones are too. I have flat cheekbones, so that is important to know your face shape and features because it's easier to do your makeup when it's that way. Then I use a smaller brush. This can work. I use a smaller brush for the nose contour. So I'll use is the third to the darkest shade. It's not very dark. And I place it from here, bring it down. And for under eye highlighting, this part is not as important. I can actually skip this if I want to because I already used the setting powder that is quite bright, but still add a little, just a little, not too much so it wouldn't cake, but a little. Voila. And I used a lighter shade of the powder. Next I go in with blush, and for blush I'm going to be using this nude shade of blush from, I don't remember, I just have it. Then back to where my blush placement is. This one is like a flushed pink. It's not very dark, it's quite cute. And also make sure that you're holding your brushes lightly because if you're holding it tight like this, it can affect your makeup. It's supposed to be light, so I can just place it lightly on your face, not too much. Someone like me that likes to put a little on my nose as well. This is completely unnecessary, but I also like to do it, so I will do it. Blush blindness is very real. Do not be deceived. Two more powder, the whole of my face again, just to seal it up. Powder just a little on the triangular powder puff and bring it here cheekbone. See that? After that, setting spray again. Now while that dries, there is a difference between setting spray. I'm using this one from Blossom Makeup Vitamin C setting spray. I like it because it's very hydrating and it has hyaluronic acid. And there's a difference between setting spray and fixing spray. This is a fixing spray. This is the Sopro Cosmetics Silly Setting Spray. The setting spray, this is to set your makeup to give you a skin-like finish. So basically, it melts your makeup into your skin so that it would look like your skin, giving the skin like finish. So this breaks the makeup down and lets it absorb in your skin for it to, like I said, give the skin like finish. This doesn't make your makeup last. A setting spray will not make your makeup last, but a fixing spray will. This is to hold your makeup in place so that it doesn't move. I like this one because it is waterproof and sweat proof. Is a locking mist. So when you apply this on your face for maybe an event, you're going for an event and you don't want your makeup to melt or to move, you use a fixing spray. No difference. Setting spray, fixing spray absorbs the makeup, gives the skin like finish, allows it to melt into your skin, and also prep your skin before makeup. This is to hold your makeup in place so that it doesn't move. Now that it's completely dry, we are moving to eye makeup. That is eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara. When you're doing your eyeshadow, one thing I learned in makeup class is first of all ensure that your face or your eyes are dry. So I use powder over my eyes. Then I use brown over here. This is for a soft makeup look, just above my eyes here. Use a light shade of brown. I'm using from my powder palette. This is why I like it. It's very versatile. When you're doing an eyeshadow, the goal or the major thing is just to get creative and to play around with it. So after that, I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer. The essence of an eyeshadow primer is for the makeup, of your eye makeup to last, so that it doesn't cake, it doesn't crease, and it doesn't move. Now you have two options. You can either use the eyeshadow primer or you can use regular concealer. This from LA Girl. So you can either use eyeshadow primer, I can't remember where I got this from, or concealer. So I'm going to use the two, one on one eye, one on the other eye. To me, it just does the same thing, but I like eyeshadow primer more. So I'm going to use this primer and just apply it where I want to put the other color of eyeshadow. Okay, apply it there. See that? Then I blend it. Essence is for your eyeshadow to stick to something. This is not the base. This is the main eyeshadow. So you want it to stick to something. A lot of people use concealer, which is fine, but I actually prefer to go with an eyeshadow primer because it has a thicker consistency and it's doing the main work of ensuring that the makeup lasts. There are different shades of eyeshadow primer. I recently discovered that there are different shades of eyeshadow primer. See that one is white, one is brown. This looks like your skin, but this is the one I have. So there are different shades of eyeshadow primer, and it's obviously more advisable to use the one that is close to the shade of the eyeshadow look that you want. You can use a brown eyeshadow base, you can use pink eyeshadow base and primer. Then for the shadow, I am going to use a light shade of eyeshadow. Using this one here. Just place it over here. Now I'm following the shape of my eyes, and this is like my regular eyeshadow format. This is how I do my makeup. If you do not have similar shape of eye, please know the shape of your eyes and tailor your makeup to that. See, but it's kind of too light, so let me go in with, it's kind of too dark, so let me go in with this, blending it a little. And do the same here. I'm using the same shade. It's a nude eyeshadow palette. If you have an eyeshadow palette that has the both, that's good. But have the one that has bolder eye colors and softer eye colors. But sometimes I want to do a soft makeup look and you don't really want to use green and some other colors there. So oof, I'm going to go in with a darker base so that the color can really pop out. So using a darker base eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, I am done. After that, I go in with my eyeliner. I'm using this one, Absolute. Some given to me by my friend. I like this one. If you're a beginner, please use a pen-like eyeliner. I feel that one is easier for beginners because this one can be a lot harder to navigate. Now let's pray and hope that it's the same thing. So I made this one longer and bolder, and I have to do that here as well. Okay, my phone's about to die, so I guess I'll have to rush this up quickly. Next, after the eyeshadow, this is the eyeliner look. Kind of like it's kind of edgy. Anyways, next I use a black pencil. This one is not very sharp, and I like it like that. I use it for in the corners of my eye up here to give it a dark silhouette. I recently started doing this, and honestly, it makes your makeup look so much better. It gives you more definition. Has a shape now. Sometimes I add either gold, silver, or white to the tear ducts like that. Yeah, lips are a bit moisturized. I have to clean that off because it's easier doing it with dry lips. Lip liner. A little, just a thin layer, and I blend it out like that. Then I can use a brown pencil around it